as well as senior number 15, Rick Grackwell, will start with statement from coach. And I'll take questions for Rick first.
Well, I'm extremely proud of my team. It's difficult when you're in a situation we're in to bring compassion and effort to the game on a daily basis. This group has continued to do that. And if you're going to play Butler, you're going to be tough. Or you're going to fall behind, you're not going to catch up. And, I thought we did that. Obviously, they forced us into some turnovers that we don't normally make. That's one area we've been pretty good this year. And we weren't tonight. And the 21 thing, I think that was the difference in the game. And that and the offensive glass, which we were concerned about, but we just felt we had to junk it up a little with some changing of defenses to try to keep them off balance because they can be so efficient when they get rolling. And we want to try to keep them.
Questions from Rick Grackwell?
I guess Rick talked about the turnovers and how much of an impact they had, and also their ability to get offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, as Coach said, they forced us into making a few turnovers that we shouldn't make and we don't normally make, and we need to shore up and prevent ourselves from making in the future. Just gave them chances for easy buckets, and that's something we just can't really afford to give up right now. I mean, you've got to work so hard on a lot of those defensive possessions throughout the clock and force a long three or fadeaway mid-range jumper or some mid-range floater, and then to give them a couple more chances kind of hurts too. I mean, it's kind of just give them another shot opportunity. And when you don't have much room for error, it really hurts you. But the thing that Coach had already said was, I mean, you got to be proud of the way everybody played in terms of just leaving it out there. It's nice, obviously, it's no fun losing, but it's nice knowing that you had everyone who played left it all on the floor, and there's something you can't question about that. And, I mean, as much as losing hurts, if you're going to play the right way, at least you can live with it a little bit.
Were you supposed to get the last shot?
It was either an option for Chad or myself, and they just switched, so I was just open on the rule.
I guess for your advantage.
I knew it was going to be long, but I was drifting. If it was drifting towards the center of the backboard, I thought I had a chance. But kind of it hit probably maybe 2 or 3 inches too far to the left on the glass for it to drop through.
I guess talk about just the resiliency you guys showed on that.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, we were able to get that first league win, and I think with a lot of other teams in the country to be in the position we're at, I don't think many teams would care. I mean, I've been on a few other teams, and I can honestly say I don't think those teams would react the way that this one has. You got a lot of seniors on this team that want to make a good thing out of this, and you got a lot of young guys who want the same. And I mean, it's just one of those deals where it's really nice to have a team that still can come to practice every day with that short-term memory. Remember what you did wrong, but let it change it, but don't let it hang over your head. Just look to the next game. And it's nice to have a group of guys that isn't quitting on the team. I mean, isn't quitting on the coaches, isn't quitting on the program.
So 2 more for Rick.
What's it like to play in the Big East? Because you've had 3 games that have been just like this, final seconds. And really, whether you're last place or first place, throughout this league, it seems like a lot of games have been really, really competitive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough league. I mean, it's obviously one of the better leagues in the country. I mean, again, teams throughout the whole league who have been in and out of the top 25. I mean, it's one of those. It's a league where you can't afford to make a lot of mistakes. And you look at these 3 games that we've lost by a few points, and we make a shot here, we make a stop here, a call goes our way here, and you're looking at winning those 3 games. I mean, it's frustrating and promising at the same time to lose 3 games like that, but to at least put your team in a position to get some really good competition to be in that spot. I mean, you know you're doing something right. You just got to shore up the small details just to get over the hump there in the last minute of the game.
How much is having to play behind the whole eventually?
You know, it's obviously you don't want to be behind. But throughout this game, it was not, everyone had their chin up. I mean, everyone was playing hard. Everyone was looking towards the next play. Someone gets a turnover, the whole team's picking them up, I think, to help them get the ball back, get a steal, get a board, get a stop. I mean, it was nice knowing that even though those mistakes were being made, the teams and the coaches had your back to give you a chance to make up for it and to do something positive for the team. So, I mean, even though you're playing behind, I was proud of the way everybody played so hard tonight.
Thanks, Rick. We'll continue on with the questions for Coach Creighton Bureau.
Coach, how do you keep, the player said that everybody's chin is up. How do you keep that going at 0-7, now facing Villanova?
Well, it's certainly not easy. But as Ricky said, I just think there's a group of seniors there that have experienced a great deal of success in our program. And the program is very, very important. And we have a fan base that understands the game of basketball extremely well and expects us to play a certain way. And if we play that way, as much as I hate losing, I can walk away from it and at least be proud of what my team's attempting to accomplish. We can clean up some mistakes. Some of the turnovers were self-inflicted, some of them were because of what Butler does. Some of the offensive rebounds are because we're playing a small lineup and they're pretty long. And some of them because we missed blockouts, and that's our challenge, try to fix those things and get better. But as I told the team, there's teams across the country that are having a great deal of success that aren't having as much fun coaching their teams as I am. And that's a testament to the character of the guys.
I know the Valley is stressful to coach with players, but is this more stressful? Have you noticed a difference in coaching in this league from the Valley?
Well, it's a different animal.
I know it's tougher, but is it harder on you?
When you're 0-7, I'm not sure it matters what league you're in. It's pretty hard. I think anybody that's walked to the sideline will tell you that. But there's never you can't ever take a breath. You can't look at a game and say that's probably a win if we show up and play average. I don't think those games exist in our league. We're 0-7. My guess is teams aren't overly excited about coming to Century to play because they know we're going to show up, we're going to compete, we're going to play hard. And we're the last place team in pretty good league. And what we can change it.
Matt Milton gives you that point of weight. It's obviously a lot of basketball that's playing, but at the same time, maybe well.
Yeah, we had that, and we'll have a layup and transition that we missed there. We missed a free throw. I think Ricky missed a front on the 1-1 something like that. They made some plays around the basket with their length. It was a physical game, and it wasn't a tremendous amount called in the paint on either before. And the way we're built right now, we have a hard time matching that physicality. Yeah, conditioning is still, obviously it's an issue for the amount of time he's been out, but I thought he demanded the ball, I got a few rebounds, a few turnovers we got to clean up. It was good to have him back.
Greg, you guys did a real nice job on Dunham tonight, and that you that usually as well, you're going to be in the game. Anything that you were pleased with in this tonight, or?
Well, I think our changing defense kept them off balance. It can be difficult as a scorer when you don't know going down the floor what offense we're going to run because what defense we're going to. He's so good running off screens and losing you. And, let's be honest, he missed a few that he normally makes against our zone. But we decided to guard him with quickness and went with Austin on him to try to get under him a little bit and use quickness because if you use size on him, I just think he's too shifty and he ends up losing there getting the free throw line. But it's really hard, with him and Roosevelt out there. Roosevelt's low. He's hard to guard, and I thought, Cameron and Andrew were certainly big in how this game turned out tonight, because they got some big baskets when Barlow and Keller were on.
Two more. Good. Obviously, the purpose and the competitiveness of this group is still there. You worry at all, though, that the confidence begins a little fragile, which is so important.
I don't think there's any question that we're somewhat fragile, but we were fragile at 0-3. We continue to compete. This is the third game that's really going down to the last 10 seconds that we lost, and it's tough to swallow because you really compete for 39 plus minutes and find a way to lose it again. But like I said, I think we have a strong enough group in that senior class that really wants to play the right way. We're going to be off tomorrow, but I think they'll show up Friday, hungry and ready for the game.
Any preliminary update on Creighton?
I don't think it's good. It's unfortunate. Thank you.